Rapid prototyping isn't just about speed. It's about lowering barriers, expanding access, and giving more people the tools to build what comes next.
The big ideas aren't just coming from the bigger companies. You have folks that are bootstrapped, but that whole process itself is getting faster.
It's much easier to get from prototype to production than it has been in any time in history.
It's all about low power. How do you make it at the hardware without dependency on the cloud? And how do you make it easy, so truly democratize AI at the edge?
Welcome to Engineering Unlocked, a series exploring how modern electronics development is becoming more approachable, modular, and connected. Presented by DigiKey, powered by Microchip, Molex, and SupplyFrame. At SparkFun headquarters in Boulder, we see how open platforms, practical tools, and hands-on education are helping engineers, students, and makers move quickly from concept to prototype.
I love SparkFun's ethos of open source everything. All of our things are open source, so anyone can take them and do whatever they want with them.
And a lot of folks have grown with our products, and what we're seeing is they continue to get more advanced and advanced. We try to think of all the puzzle pieces we think folks need to bring their ideas out to market.
And it's all this complex technology that has all this amazing capabilities, but your end user or your customer, they need something in the middle. And so SparkFun, we do that middle layer, that abstraction layer that brings those two forces together.
We try to make things work out of the box in their most simple form while also exposing, any configuration that you might need. If you have a hardware background but not so much of a software background, or a software background and not so much of a hardware background, we do try to make all of our things as plug and play as possible.
The Experiential Robotics Platform, or XRP, is a low-cost and easy-to-use open-source robot platform for STEM education, hobby projects, and also acting as a bridge to FIRST robotics programs. And I've already assembled my XRP, but this actually does come as a kit that you get to put together yourself. All of the parts are fully snap into place, so there's no tools required for assembly. A lot of other robot kits that we've seen in the world, you build the robot and you do all the content is included with the kit, and that's the end of the kit and you can't do anything else with it. We don't want that to happen with the XRP. It's really designed for expansion, do whatever the heck you want with it. The Red Vision firmware is MicroPython that includes our port of OpenCV, so you can run OpenCV algorithms directly on your XRP to find objects or do really cool projects that otherwise wouldn't be possible.
It's pretty likely that we have every sensor and actuator that you need to at least get an initial prototype built.
And it's up to people's creativity as they come up with ideas and they just innovate and learn as they use our products.
But look at the size of that for a battery connector.
We will be able to pull the battery life of this device for up to 8 days.
From the show floor at Embedded World to development benches around the world, engineers are navigating an increasingly complex landscape of components, platforms, and design decisions.
You think about the advances that have happened in additive and subtractive manufacturing, like 3D printers, laser cutters, CNC machines, that all enable prototypes to start looking and functioning like an end device.
We decide to standardize a socket for peripherals. And that's how we create open standard microbus. It's a very simple dev board. 4 microbus socket, few buttons, a microcontroller, programmer, etc. This board could give you billions of combinations. So if you have a board with a 5-seater and you add 5 different clickboards, and we have it about, 2000, it's a 100 and something trillion unique combination.
Across the ecosystem, voices from companies like Arduino and other innovators in the rapid prototyping space share how accessible hardware, flexible platforms, and community-driven development are shaping the future of engineering.
Arduino is such a respected brand for rapid prototyping, so we're here really to give a lot of people tools and technologies and platforms on how they can create their ideas into real solutions really quickly. Arduino is not anymore just blink your LED. Now you can actually take it and do a lot more advanced use cases. Think of robotics, think of home automation, think of voice-based AI at the edge without any dependency on the cloud. So here you see the really powerful dual brain architecture of Linux and microcontrollers. It has a Qualcomm QRB2210 and an STM32 on it. And this is a weather station. The board itself is running the screen and the entire application and doing all the barometric pressure, environmental condition monitoring. So it's a self-contained weather station without the need of the cloud. Everything running on this board. the Uno Q. So you're showing the complete power of Arduino ecosystem.
These companies have now created these smaller platforms, single board computers, that people can utilize in their designs. You put it down to a compute module, you create your own carrier board, focus just on the peripheral set you need, and now all of a sudden you can go to market with your design.
When an engineer is trying to create the next great technology, and it's not just the Arduino solution. You know, they also need to have sensors, they need to have other technologies, they need to have shields, they need to have enclosures. You know, they need to be able to get everything in one place so that they can create a working solution for the business, problem they're solving. And DigiKey does that.
All of the librarians that work at DigiKey sorting and categorizing everything. That's very helpful for me as an engineer when I'm trying to find something very specific. You know, I recently needed a voltage regulator with low quiescent current but high output current. DigiKey has wonderful filtering tools for being able to find exactly what I need that a lot of other websites really struggle with, I find, which is surprising to me.
Now it's clocks, not calendars. Rapid prototyping, get to proof of concept in a matter of days.
The more we could get students to know about how technology works versus just consuming it, the better off we're going to be. Not only from a community perspective, but just from a value and business perspective.
Together, these perspectives reveal a simple truth. Powerful tools don't have to be complicated, and innovation moves fastest when technology is within reach. This is Engineering Unlocked,